Hey, I'm Marcelo, co-founder and president at Remote. I'm here with Barbara.
Barbara Matthews, Chief People Officer of Remote.
So we're here essentially to talk about all things AI and people in HR and payroll worlds. Barbara, in the heart of a company like Remote, but mostly in speaking to every company out there, looking into what to do with AI. What does AI mean for their teams, their workflows, their tools, their expenses? What's your take?
Yeah, so I got to tell you, in January, at the very beginning of the year when I came back to work, I had this underlay of anxiety. And I honestly did not know why. I don't tend to be a naturally anxious person. And I journaled it down and I figured out I was actually anxious about AI. So you and Yob talk about AI a lot. You have done it for 2 years. Honestly, I've nodded along for a lot of it. And then in January, I kind of realized this is a huge reality in our business and especially how it's going to affect my team. So what I did was I took the pressure out of it. I built some kind of fun apps at home using Claude and ChatGPT, and I made a Tamagotchi for my son because he's not allowed animals. So I made that for him. So he's a virtual animal. And I made a maths app for my other son. And actually by doing that, it actually lessened the anxiety for me and it helped me understand what's attainable and what's achievable for someone who is not a traditional tech person. Even though I've worked in tech my life, I'm not techie. And so then I tasked my team with that same thing. Make something that's nothing to do with work. Take the work and the pressure off, play with things and see how it works. Now in the last kind of 6 weeks, my team are very actively building their own apps. They're having a ton of fun with work-related stuff. We've connected our MCP, and the key thing for my team is custom. They can make exactly what they want to see, exactly what they need for their business and for their clients.
That's super awesome. I mean, because it goes from, I'm going to play with this technology, but all of a sudden, no, you and your team are now leading massive transformation across the organization. And so I think, the best way to show that is if we just go and build something.
Yes, let's do it. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to build a case management tracker for HRBPs. And so I keep it really simple. Help me build a case management tracker for HRBPs. What do I need to give you? And if anyone is afraid or uncertain of how to build something, just start really basic because Claude will tell you what you need. As this loads, we're across 80 plus different countries. There's different regulations, there's different countries, there's different ways to manage employee relations and employee issues. And we wanted to live in. So this is kind of giving me any kind of checklist, I guess, of how to think about things. And so it says where will it live, who uses it, and case types. So we actually kind of want all of those because we're going to track all different types of cases. It'll pull from all our different sheets internally, and we'll be using it for HRBPs, but we'll also be using it for managers. They could get a section. All of them. It's just killing you as a tech person watching me type.
I love it. It's the prompt is the new tech.
Yes, prompt is the new tech. And then while it's loading, sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't. You can also pivot then to work on your normal stuff. So this is always working in the background, which is what I love about it.
How much value do you actually are able to capture, especially from having the MCP at Remote and having the ability to connect literally everything, but fundamentally at the foundation of it, the system of record?
The system of record will help tell us where the employee is, how long the employee has been here. Tenure is very important when you're dealing with a lot of these issues, and the location, of course, is critical. From Notion itself, we also have so much content on how we treat employee cases and how we like to treat our employees and the performance issues that they might come up against and the processes that we have. So there's the law for every country, but what makes the connection to the MCP so good is that it's actually customized for the way that we manage our employees, the way that we manage performance in-house.
2 years ago, if you had to build this from scratch, what would it take, time-wise, team-wise, project-wise?
So it takes so much that people buy them. Yeah. And I think that's actually the most important thing. You could spend €100,000 on these, and it will give you exactly what I'm about to give you, except it won't give you the customized approach that we take with regards to performance management for our employees. Okay, so it's telling us they've pulled stuff from Notion. They're looking at remote employees globally, so they also connected to the MCP, talking about where the people partners are assigned. They looked at the way that what we have built in Notion around how we manage employee relations cases, how we manage the SOPs, like the steps that we take and how long we tend to take for each action. And we're linking it to different databases like our HRBP tracker and our case tracker. And basically what we're looking to do here is we're looking to guide a people partner through every step of the process is phase one. And then the second thing we're going to have is we're going to have a dashboard that's going to actually be like executive facing, so you can see what's going on. Okay, so here's what we've built. This is all fake content, by the way. We have our performance case, this person, their level, their role, and their location. Now, the location is critical because we need to obviously understand where the person is and how we should be treating them from a legal perspective. We have a checklist. Every step has a checklist. There's 7 steps. And what I love actually is these templates. So these are supportive templates that I've pulled from Notion, where we would have had scripts and supports for managers. And we have them along every step of our process. So you see our next process is informal coaching and then PIP drafting, and on we go. And again, a lot of good templates, and it just really helps the people partners stay aligned with the process that we do at Remote. It helps them stay aligned on, because we feel very strongly about a culture of no surprises and clarity, and that's what I'm always talking to the team about and to all of the managers and leaders. So it really helps reinforce that. And then the key thing that I love is that all of the documents that we had in Notion have pulled in through the MCPs. And the other cool thing is the investigations approach. So obviously investigations come up in companies, not great, but it happens. And again, it talks us through all the steps, talks us through how to think about investigators, how to acknowledge the complaint. Then I want to actually share a little bit about the dashboard, because obviously you as the leaders want to see what's the outcome on performance, what's the outcome on investigation. So we'll show that to you now. Okay, so again, dummy data. But here's what we have. We can pull by any regions. We can pull by departments. We can look at stats around the total cases we have during a time frame, open cases, time to close. Again, dummy data, 95 days is not real. The resolution rates and basically case volume. So we're able to see it by the different types of cases as well, which is really important. And also what departments these cases are in, and what levels the cases are about and the outcomes. So pulls out some kind of insights if something looks kind of oddly high or oddly low, actually, which is great for us to be oriented around where to look and where to grow. So yes, this was one of my coolest ones. I love this one. And this is actually something that's going to be so helpful and that normally costs a fair bit of money, but we can also actually customize this to what we want to see.
Awesome. This is amazing.
Great.
It was pretty cool.
Thanks.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, we're really proud, actually. Reminder, this is the HR team, not really much of a technical background. They've gone crazy building all the things that they could possibly want for whatever business problems their teams are facing. So we're building career navigation apps, we're building AI coaches, we're building an org health dashboard that'll proactively push updates every month probably to the business around spans and layers, kind of their org shape, performance, tenure, employee engagement, all of that, just to give managers and leaders a real taste for how where their people are at. And the final thing that we're actually building now, which is very specific to Remote, is a dashboard and app that tells us where everyone is in the world. And that's really important because there's a lot of natural disasters and we're across 80 plus different countries. And so we need to do welfare checks on people occasionally as things happen around the world. And so this helps us keep a check of where everyone is and also helps us proactively outreach to the individuals to check where they are in case anything happens. So that's very cool.
That's very, very
cool.
cool.
Love that.
This is just a start.
I know. We're actually, my team are so energized in the last 6 weeks. It's more than anything I've ever seen in the last 3 years that I've been here. So we are all really excited about the potential that we have.
So what would you say to people that are like now starting and, getting the MCP, connecting to Remote?
Just get curious, play around and see what magic can happen.
That's awesome.